symphonic startup of GEs. Actually, it's more harmony in it. Standing, you say it, see that? Someone stole the mountains. Oh, goodness me. Apparently we've got, oh, not apparently, we really have. Oh, the old head's a bit stiff today, and I mean the camera head as well as mine. Hello. Chat's too fast, Julie. Can you slow it down, please? I feel a lot of people are probably going to be hitting the Lurkers Lounge today. Can I come? Oh, this is a treat, isn't it? He's nailed that one. Sea Guard slinger driving the wrong side of the road. Brilliant. Double bubble Air Canada, obviously going to different destinations, I'd imagine. Yeah, sorry, we've put the chat on as slow as we can, folks, but you know what it's like on a Sunday as well. Kind of crazy, man, kind of crazy. Yeah, woke up this morning, went straight back to sleep, then I woke up again, and then when I went back to sleep, no, I fed Chachi, he meowed and meowed. Yeah, cool, I tell you what, hardcore. Managed to get some sleep on the way back. Of course, Chili didn't. Just constantly looking at whatever on her phone. Brian Stewart, Vancouver and Toronto for these two Air Canada triples. And of course, they're triple 300s. Oh, hello. We got another dual pushback. This time, Dreamliner in the back shot, but I'll tell you what, I'll take this 767 all day long. Very interesting talking to Ian, the UPS captain. He said we went for a coffee with him, and he was like, "It's like so how long do you plan on going on for?" I'm like, "Well, I've finished, haven't I?" No. How long do you plan on doing Big Jet TV for? And I was like, "Well, I don't know, till I fall over. I don't know what. Why is that?" He said, I've got. How about a retirement show?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, who's that then?" He said me. I said, "Oh." He said, I said, "When's that then?" It's 7 years. In 7 years, that's the longest wait for a retirement departure as we've ever waited for. So start counting down. Get your 20. God, that would be 2031. Wouldn't it be 2031? No chance, man. 2031. Ian's retirement flight, UPS 747 captain. Water salute and all. Mind you, back in that, who knows what's going to be like in 2031. Am I even going to be here in 2031? Are we all going to be here in 2031? Who knows? Scott Thompson, 382 out, yeah. Little bit of a sort of question as to what was the. I think for us, probably it's better to do this one, isn't it? Because landings slow down at around about 5 o'clock tonight. Got some mountains, haven't we? Over there. Hills. Oh look. Don't tell me this is ours, Julie. Care Home TV, J-Man. Thanks for all your great comments, folks, about Anchorage. About the time we were going live in Anchorage, wasn't it? In the morning. Look how patchy that Air Canada jet is, man. Blimey. I think that's paint, you know. I don't think that's, you know, dirt and grime. But mind you, look at the back end. It's almost as if they've just cleaned her in certain sections, maybe during some maintenance, I don't know. Aidan Campbell, CX7 15 minutes. Stuart Ross, in 7 years' time, it will still be Gilly's fault. RAF A400 to the north now, CP. I thought I heard something. Yeah, so some very sort of like great conversation with Ian, the UPS captain, 747-8 captain. Really good conversation with him. So much so that that sort of like delayed all our other movements of the day, because I just didn't want to stop talking about it, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was before, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, yeah. And then we went to the wrong one, and we're sitting in there for about 15 minutes. Yeah. I'm trying to write a post. All I can hear is he coming? Is he coming? Yeah. Because Jilly actually took us to the wrong one. Okay. He didn't mind sitting there because he could show his TR4 off, innit? Yeah. Bruce Bruce. That's right. It's not Motu, is it? It's MOTUE. Bruce. I flew on a BA 767 back in about 99, but that was only a short haul Heathrow to Dusseldorf. Yeah, well, yeah, they were in, they had quite a number of 767s, didn't they? And one of our classic old Heathrow shows, we actually caught a 767, BA 767, because of course when we started Big Jet TV, hold on, welcome back, Joe Don. Twist Cafe 747. 8 from Dubai, 11 minutes out. Yes, thank you, Didcot Twist. Well, I doubt they're going to bring her in on this runway, but you know, we can all hope. Whatever. You'll never find as long as you. Gwen, giving a shout out for the gifted membership. Jedi Master Joe has gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, mate. So our friend, now see if you can remember his name, Jilly, without looking in your little pad thing. His name was the geezer, the 767 pilot, United 767. Yeah. Very difficult one to remember. Definitely not Bob or Fred or Jim or Harry or the one we met at the shop. Yeah. Itamar, there we go. Back from Anchorage just over 24 hours ago, folks. Steve Kelly, LHR, busy as usual. How do I spell that? How do I pronounce that? Leah, Frolov, Heathrow Airport. Good to see you. You are my favourite airport. Ilya. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Oh, Heathrow Airport are in the house, are they? We've missed you. We've missed you, guys. Yeah, we did. It's a coyote. Yeah, got to see a coyote this time, man. On our little early test drive around intro thing that we did from Anchorage. Here we go. Oh, Pratt & Whitney PW4000 startup. 4000. This could be, this is going to be interesting because the Pratts don't make that noise like you get with the GEs. This will be noisy, I reckon. Campbell, big jet TV, travel all over the world, but there is nothing like coming home to Heathrow. True, lots of people say that, you know. And what a home base it is, really. Mrs. H, the coyote was amazing. Amazing? Oh, can't even string a sentence together. As A88, Claire Bear, Neil Phoenix. Yes, it was a beautiful. Well, we did figure it out based on the noticeable differences between a wolf and a coyote. Coyote's got more of a pointy snout and pointy ears, hasn't it? But it did have very fluffy ears, didn't it? Jedi Master Joe, love the vapor clouds that form just inside the engine inlets. It is really cool, man. Obviously more noticeable with the bigger engines, but yeah, that is condensed air, isn't it? You know, like squeezing the air as it's sucked in through the inlet. And when you figure that you're talking about somewhere in the region of I think I'm right in saying it's about between, I think it's either a ton or 5 tons of air per second that are sucked into the engines. So you can see why and how the air is so heavily compressed. $70.67. early, I reckon. Yeah, look at that. Oh, hold on. No, it's my old eyes deceiving me. My eyes are bent, my nose is old. See, there's no big booming start-up with the Pratt & Whitneys. Mark B has gifted a membership. Thank you, Mark. Aidan Campbell, where is the United going? Okay. Isn't it on radar? New York. I'm seeing. Oh, it's, yeah. Newark, New York. Yeah. Caroline, missed the live show so much while you were in Anchorage, Jerry and Jelly, that I'm a paying member as from today. Well, Caroline, now you can watch anyone who's been gifted a membership, who's a new member. You can now, first class and super class that is, you can now go back and watch all of the shows. So, Caroline, you can do that later today or whenever. And of course, all our premium members, you will be able to start watching from this Friday onwards, and they are good shows. You've got a decent enough 6-hour free view. Friday, yeah, I said Friday, didn't I? Wednesday, sorry, Wednesday, my apologies. Oh, oh hello, where's he going? Oh, that's an interesting, so he's gonna come out, he's turned left, then he's gonna turn right. Straight on, head on that, at us. Yes, national support puppies in Anchorage Airport. We had 2 of them, didn't we? Well, one was a puppy, and one was a very diddle puppy, wasn't it? And the other one was still young because it was a 9 weeks old. Kept getting all tired and sitting down, didn't it? Yeah. Interesting to hear that apparently UPS are acquiring. Do you remember those the Qatar freighters, the 747-8 freighters? Do you remember them? We've seen them a couple of times, and they are. Aidan Campbell's gifted a membership. Thanks, Aidan. Yeah, they're I think they're acquiring them. Now, one thing I did say to it's a bit of a blustery old breeze that's just fired up there. One thing I did ask him, I said, so what's the deal with you know, the 777X or 9, whichever way you want to describe it? And he said, well, at this point in time, we're not 100% sure whether it's going to be 777-9 or A350, an A350 freighter, that is. And I did say to him, I said, well, you know, it's a race. It really is a race. At the moment, Airbus seem to be in the lead with the freighter jet. However, one thing that he did mention, which is very interesting, and I didn't think about this, is that, as he mentioned, he's got they've got one of their jumbos that has got so many patches on it, because as you can appreciate, operating in a cargo environment, you know, we're not really talking so much about what we see here, but on cargo ramps, the cargo handlers, they're you know, they can be a bit brutal at times, and from time to time they get collisions, from ground vehicles. And I will finish in a little bit. So as you can appreciate, and as you know, you may or may not know, but carbon, it can be repaired, but only filaments, you know, just like wing filaments, you know, like we're talking about Formula One and all that kind of thing there. But when a tub is punctured, you know, a tub, when I'm talking about the tub that the driver sits in, that's a write-off. Generally, that's a write-off. So his concern, they've got a 747 there that's just got so many patches on it. I think it's one of the oldest 747-400 freighters that they're operating. But it has got so many patches on it that it is actually, it causes quite a significant amount of drag. And so therefore it's a less efficient aircraft. So because obviously when you have anything that's protruding from the bodywork, it causes drag, you know. So a patch or anything like that is basically gonna cause drag. And his concern, and one thing that he raised, and this must be something that they at UPS have raised with Airbus maybe, is that with all those ground handling incidents with equipment, with loaders, mainly loaders, K-lifts, that sort of thing, there's a chance that they may get punctured or damaged. And damage to a carbon fuselage is more or less a write-off. Because obviously with an alloy skinned aircraft, you can take you can take a whole section of the aircraft off, like when they convert the alloy passenger jets into freighters, you know, that we've seen with the 747s and the A330s, etc., etc. But it is interesting that you know, and we got a 777. BA have got a 777 where almost a third of the left-hand side of the aircraft, due to an engine fire in Las Vegas, the whole left-hand side of the aircraft was replaced. Whether that was ribbing as well, whether that was the ribs as well as the skin, I don't know. But either way, it was repaired, and I don't know if it still continues to fly. I'm not sure, but you can't do that with a carbon freighter. Put it that way. We've got a new member. Amir is a returning member. Welcome back, Amir. And Zip Zap has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Zip Zap. Oh, hello. Should we follow this jumbo in? We were spoilt, weren't we, in Anchorage, man? Have a look on Flight Radar, folks, and look at the history of this aircraft. You may find that this thing has been into Anchorage during the time we were there. John Atkinson. No, I appreciate that, John, but it is still a carbon. It's a single piece, the 350 fuselage, isn't it, John? We saw her in Anchorage, folks. Wow, we might have seen this jet in Anchorage twice. Wow. Wow. Reversers deployed even before the front wheels touched down. John, just to continue that discussion, the 787 construction, you're talking about the actual construction, the manufacturing process, not the actual, because obviously the 787 comes in 3 different segments, whereas the 350, and it's rolled, it's a barrel, like you say. Faraday cage is incorporated in the fuselage segments on the 787. 350 is a different construction technique, manufacturing technique for their carbon fibre compared to the Boeing construction. Like he says, it's almost like they lay it in on sheets, that kind of thing. Oh, here he is! Look. We haven't heard him for a long time, have we? It's a Pratt powered 777. Shiny aces. But either way, when you're talking about when you're talking about carbon fibre, you're talking about something that is irreparable in some ways. I've seen patchwork done on Formula One wings and other carbon components. Oh. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, the A350 is a carbon construction throughout. I mean, it's not. I think it's about 60% carbon. Obviously, there are alloy pieces to it. The empennage, I believe, is alloy. I believe that the front section, the cockpit area, is also alloy. The rest of it is carbon. The wing is carbon. Obviously alloy elements to it, and when we talk about alloys, we're talking about titanium more than anything else, you know, carbtanium as well, which is quite interesting. Carbtanium, a mix of carbon and titanium. I'm guessing that you know, they're going to have to train the I mean, obviously, you know, we're not talking about cargo handlers literally willy-nilly just ramming their vehicles into aeroplanes. It doesn't. It's a very rare occurrence. But you know, if it does happen on an alloy plane, at least something could be done in terms of fix. It was 757s. I'm hoping it's not a 737. Clipper 707. Recently I watched an interview with Gordon Murray from one of my favourite spokespeople for carbon fibre honeycomb construction. Yeah, it used to be, way back in the day, the original carbon construction was a honeycomb type. I think they may probably use it in some applications somewhere, but it's and that's to keep it light, so it can be thick but light. EGPX missed most of the Anchorage stuff. Yes, there is always catch-up. I would recommend sort of like, well, I don't know. You can watch it in 2 times speed. You can still understand me, but it is... And I'm talking like that. So nothing new then. Sue Taylor, I miss the Anchorage shows too, but I'll catch up. John Grinham, great bank shot, 777-300. Some major limitations in aircraft recycling include cost, impurities in alloys, hazardous materials, and the quality of recycled components. Parts that cannot be directly recycled can be reused indeed. That is the case with all aircraft mainly. I mean, I missed the Jilly said that she watched a documentary on Delta during the pandemic, where they were taking aircraft out to Victorville for storage, and that one of their 321s was butchered for parts out there, but the pilot that took the aircraft out there was emotional, literally, from seeing all these aircraft. It didn't realise that it was as bad as what it was, but yeah. And on the flip side of that, there's been you know, the regrowth and return to more or less normal service with aviation has caught a lot of operators by surprise, some of whom I predict are probably a little bit gutted that they were so hasty with retiring their aircraft. Thomas Heidi, I think that is. Thomas Heidi is a new member. Is that Heidi or Heidi? Good day to you, Thomas. Raptor X, that BA320 that just went past us off to Lisbon. Aviation UK, Sue Cruz, Anchorage was amazing. Nathan P, can't wait to be in the airport again, love these vibes. Oh, it was funny, wasn't it, when we got to immigration at, well, security at Anchorage, the queues were so long, there were 4 people in there. It was lovely, man. Lady Hull, thank you, Jill Blakeney. Yeah, we were very lucky with the weather, and it seems that we brought it back with us. Faisy, what's not to love about the triple? Oh, it's a beautiful aeroplane, man. I love its hardcore, isn't it? The 777. Compared to the 350, which is a beautiful aeroplane, you know, visibly is a beautiful aeroplane. So is the 777, don't get me wrong, but it's a brute. Interesting. Copper, Aidan Campbell, one of the most commonly used metals. Is it a metal? It's copper. It's malleable, isn't it? I wouldn't think that copper would be extensively used. I know that I think the Faraday cage is copper, isn't it? Part of the conductivity of the for the Lloyd Brock. GV, is that India Oscar, was the 777 that was damaged in Vegas and is still flying out of Gatwick. There you go. It's a low rider, isn't it? The Dreamliner, man. What's that? Scotty 2, CNN reported on their headline banner, 777 fails to maintain altitude when fuel tanks are empty. What on earth is that all about? The Americans should be supporting Boeing, man. They shouldn't be giving him stick. Seven seconds and this thing's spooling up already, man. 7 seconds after that Dreamliner's left the deck. I think the A350 fuselage is actually baked in the biggest oven in the world, isn't it, or something like that? One of the biggest. I know the wing component is the biggest single carbon piece in aviation, as far as I'm aware. Oh. Yeah, I don't know about every 40 seconds, Richard. Fine. You know, depending on the size of the aircraft. But that jet that you're seeing going there, 6 seconds, the other jet was off the ground, and that was spooling up to go out. I think that latest, the latest Virgin 350 at Toulouse is been named Benny Jet, hasn't it? What's that? Are they now? Where's that come from then? Lady Lucifer, Lady Stardust, that is. You put that kind of thing out and not back it up with any, like, where you heard it from. Heard it from where? Bloke down the pub? No, they're not calling it Benny and the Jets, they're just calling it Benny Jet. Benny and the Jets. Hey kids, do us better. Don't want to understand where it's going to turn the weather. I shall survive. Let me take a step along. Got it. Yeah, possibly, but really, to be honest with you, I should think about creating a place for this plane spotters, really, shouldn't I? back to this one, folks, sorry. Big old lump. Yeah, that's another version of it. Judy and the cats. Oh, the weird and the wonderful. How bad he's a really queen. He's got electric boots, a mohair suit. You know, I read it in a magazine. Oh. I'll leave it at that. AC rallying planes, awesome. Easy left over crash, don't cut. 50 right into 4 left. Cheeky get. Yeah, I have since that flight. I don't know if it was the air that did it or what, but I might have been. Oh, beautiful fin air. What, really? Blimey. I think that. Karen, thank you. Karen Nothingal gifted a membership. Very kind of you, funky shop. Just as that big old 380 banks left. Destination Dubai. Must have been a bleeding nightmare clearing up all that water, you know. Yeah, the coat's going on, mate. I'm going to have to jump on. I have to put the coat on. Stand by, folks. Stand by. Oh, really? Oh, Dennis. 17.5 hours. Listen to this thing go, man. Oh! Trent 700s. And a bus. You're sitting in the right seat there. You can't help but, if you know that we're here, you can't help but glance right for a second. Mind you, you're not going to do that, are you? Because if you're the NFP, the non-flying pilot, you're or the observational pilot or whatever. You're calling the numbers, aren't you? You're monitoring the instruments as your flying pilot is steering the aeroplane, literally. See, look at that, how quick that was. Watch the gear tilt. Watch the gear tilt. Watch. There it is. Here it comes. Stabilizer kind of got in the way of that. Oh, funk it up. Yeah. That was cool. LA Avgirl, lovely 777 miles high, loving the livery. Coffee Guy 66. Yeah, he likes his numbers being called. Take off thrust set. Calling now. Then he will call the 80 knots. Stable. V1, rotate. There she goes. Positive rate. Gear up. That meaning positive rate of climb, everything's good. Aircraft stable in the climb. We're good to go, gear up. Gordon Freeman hadn't noticed the 330 main gear also tilt straight forward before stow. Oh, do they? I wasn't aware of that. I had no idea that the 330 gear utilised a The A330 has an actuator on it, does it? Just checking that. Are you sure about that? I mean, the undercarriage on the A330 is automatically tilted. But I wasn't aware that it tilts before it goes in the undercarriage. Let's just have a little look. Don't know about that. I'd have to read up on that. It didn't look like it to me, but it's something I've never noticed when I've done a side-on shot with a 330. I mean, I know it tilts. It definitely tilts, but I'm not sure as it's got an actuator on it that straightens the gear up before it. Smokey, how does each aircraft get its ID number? Very regularly asked question this. it is literally a database of registrations, very much like car registrations. How a registration number is applied to an aeroplane is very much the same way, unless you you get a personalised one, which is much like what Virgin Atlantic do. I think there's a possibility you might, if you ask, you get a choice, I think it might be a little bit more complex with aircraft than it is with cars, because actually, you know what? I remember when I was selling cars that you could give a choice to the customer, I seem to recall. Well, EGPX positive rate basically means we're good. In other words, we're happy. The climb is positive. It's just a stability thing, isn't it? Stabilised. Diesel 13 Delta 330 to LAX coming out. I'm miles behind on the comments as always, ES, the Hilton Gardening breakfast buffet was great, included in the Big Jet TV promo price. Has it? I'm still... Oh, Hilton, sorry, yeah, the HGR, yeah, of course. Wow, that's really good, man, that's really good. Beautiful wingtip on the 350, look. Sean, DFW TX, beautiful day for Planespotting. Have you? John Atkinson, the 330 gear rotates as it's being retracted, not before. Okay, so as it's going up, it's so well. Okay, well, we'll have to have a look out for that then. So it does have an actuator fitted to it then. Interesting. Funny, I said to one of the flight attendants on the A220, I'm pretty sure, Jilly, that the male flight attendant that was on our flight up to Anchorage from Seattle was the same guy that was on the one coming back on the 220. I'm pretty sure of it. The biggish guy, the biggish guy. Anyway, he was sitting there. Oh, look who it is, and look. She's back. From where? I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know. It's our biggest journey yet, though. Hello. Oh, cool. Thanks. See ya. You want a sticker? Cheers. Yeah, I went up to use the restroom at the back of the 220, which does have a window in it. Thank you. Who was it? It was Paul MK, wasn't it? Who mentioned that. Yes. It was amazing, obviously, if you're a man and you're standing there, you're looking down and out of the window. It kind of makes it more sort of like, you know, appreciable. No. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Oh, what's that over there? Oh, what's that? Is that a mountain? Oh dear. Yeah, but the toilet seat was broken, wasn't it? It was broken. Ah, right. Yeah, so, wow, really interesting. Gonna have to take a good look at that. Well, I don't think they've got any. You know what? I mean, I don't like the word toilet. I think WC is a little bit. The lavatory is very like, it's, you know. I always remember me mum, dear old mum. If you ever said toilet, it's the lavatory, Jeremy. Okay. Or the WC. But toilet, I don't like the word toilet. I do like the word restroom though, and that's why I said it. The loo, yeah, the loo's a good one. Yeah, but yeah. My old mum was always like, just go to spend a penny. All right, thanks for that. Scotty too, instead of de-ice fluid, they threw bleach on it. I dislike it muchly blue bleached. Oh, don't like it. John Grinham loving the takeoffs on 27 right. Latrine, yes. Glenn's Aviation, it's always a bathroom, yeah. Yeah, I do like the dunny. But that's a sort of slang word for it, isn't it? Is it an Aussie? I don't know. Carol Smith, the late Queen, called it a lavatory. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So where's this flipping thing been then? It's been sitting somewhere for a while, hasn't it? Charlie 010, yeah. The what, outside the shops? Oh, yes, yeah. Shadow Wolf. John Wall. Mickey Parker. Steph the Dunny. Sailing Mike, very true. He was called John Crapper, wasn't he? Always surprised me the first time I went to Anchorage when I saw what appeared to be a load of Maltesers on the ground. That they're from Moose, because the Moose is massive, isn't it? He's only got little poo-poos, isn't he? You get little ones, Maltesers. Chocolates. Jedi Master Joe. That one going to Cairo, I think he said. Kevin Beasley, new airport Al Maktoum International will be 5 times the size of the current Dubai International. 35 billion cost. Source simple flying. There we go. Thank you. I do like it when people back their news stories up with the source. It's always good because then you can refer to it, can't you? Flushing Meadows. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, Harry, OMG. BA Better World was in Madrid for a while for maintenance. That must have been pretty extensive maintenance. She's got LEAP engines. It is a Neo. That won't be due a C or a D check. I wonder what level of maintenance that was, whether it was, I don't know. Toby Hancock saw her sat down in the maintenance area when he was there last week. 260 million passengers a year. That's more than 3 times. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Really, that's interesting. So they're going to go from one to the other, are they, Jilly? That's what's going to happen, isn't it? Tim Smart's gifted 20 memberships. Wow. Tim, thank you. Very kind of you. 20 very lucky people. Now going to be with us. Probably, I'd imagine. I don't know where they got to start. Working on the. All right, mate. You want a sticker, fella? Awesome. Great. Take it easy. Anastasia Parry, talking about how shiny the aircraft look when they're taking off. Algernon sour gravy. Look at that wing tip. Agent M has gifted a membership. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to rewind to my days as a car salesman. And you had a list of registration numbers. They were all the same apart from the numbers. Sorry, registration. Yeah, they call it a registration number, but there's letters, obviously. So, you know, P Papa 25 Papa Alpha Kilo, which is opposite me. You can either have they give you a batch. DVLA will give you a batch between sort of like of 10 different numbers, but all the same letters. I've done everything, haven't I? Jack of all trades, me. Blimey. So what? Look, Pinky's taxi friend. Jilly. I bet he thought he was going to get sponsored by the Barbie movie or something like that. Never happened, did it? No, it's not. I turned them all off. For crying out loud, man. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch it to the one with the non-digital one. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Wow. Getting them up quick. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like everything's all right. We've got a few people experiencing some audio issues, but I don't think it's our end, folks. I think it's actually at the other end, at your end. Yeah, I think, yeah, a few people saying sound glitch, but it's all right now. You all right, mate? Yeah. Freddie Laker looks like it's climbing vertically. Yeah. Crazy climb rate. I tell you what was crazy at Anchorage when they were going out. From the was it 3:15, runway 15. The climb out was crazy. Don't ask me to know which part that was on. Cafe's 350. Raptor X, that one off to Aberdeen, I think. Or was it the one prior? Might have a funky shot. Wow. So it's fucking burning a load of smoke, that one below it. Wow. Martin Osborne has upgraded to super class. Mart, thank you so much. Thank you very much to you and everybody else who continually supports the channel. We're very grateful. But you're supporting not just it's a community, isn't it? We are. Oh, hello, mate. You don't want to be flying around in there, son. It's Mart, isn't it? Martin Mart Osborne. Thank you, Mart. Welcome to Superclass, my friend. And still we rise. This is nice. Don't often get to see this. It's usually in the pitch dark in the winter. Royal Brunei. I remember when Royal Brunei wanted me to film an airside piece with them, but unfortunately at the time when we wanted to do it, the person that was sort of like running the media at Heathrow wasn't very approachable, shall we say. She was a bit sort of stuck in her ways, and she's no longer there. I'm sure she's moved on to some other place that fits her position better. Yeah, now we've got really good people and excitable people and energetic and enthusiastic people at Heathrow running the show, and it is great to have them there because they, you know, I can pick the phone up to them and you know, I'm not going to take the mickey. I'm not going to, you know, keep bugging them all the time, because that way you get a reputation that, oh blimey, not him again. You know, you do it once in a while and you approach it very carefully and with respect to the operation, whether it be Heathrow or anywhere else. We've got relationships. We've got good relationships. It's taken 8 years to build those relationships, but like we're hopefully doing the piece with One Air, isn't it? With the 747 at EMA at some point, hopefully. That's Swiss. Oh, this is the Swiss 320 Neo. I do like the Swiss livery, man, with the Neos. It's because of that canopy, isn't it? It's going on quick and all. Nice 737. First one of the day. Is it an 8? Is this an 800? Wow, this is like CFMs. Wow, yeah, that was incredible. The Aloha, Sailor Mike making a point that 36 years ago today, wow, the Aloha upper fuselage ceiling ripped off, didn't it? Must have been some kind of it was obviously a structural fault with it, which I don't know what they were very lucky, put it this way. The passengers were just incredibly lucky. Everybody was incredibly lucky. I mean, over the wing is probably the strongest part of an aeroplane. You know, but they were just very, very fortunate, because it had, you know, had it been, it just peeled back, didn't it? It just peeled back, literally. Whether that was, what, I don't think I've seen the ACI show on it. Oh. BA showing it out, showing us how it's done, man. Look at this. Centric saying cracks in the fuselage. A passenger kept quiet about it. Well, hold on a minute. What they noticed the cracks from the outside? Because, you know. So hold on a minute. A passenger noticed. Oh, funky. 2-3 fitties. A passenger noticed it as they were getting on. Were they boarding the aircraft from the outside? That must have been the case, that they were boarding it from outside and not from a jet bridge, because you wouldn't see cracks on the inside of an aircraft, because obviously because of all the, you know, the paraphernalia in front of it, all the plastic inside the fuselage. Scott Amos, wasn't that an issue? Too many pressurization cycles and corrosion from a tropical environment. Okay, well, that treks that BA 350 going out to Vegas. Did you fly on Delta business class? No, Craig. Uncle B Sim Channel. Does BA ever do heritage liveries anymore? Well, at the moment, I don't know if they've got anything planned for the future. Sailor Mike saying the captain deployed the speed brakes, which are the big boards that you see on the wings when they land, called the ground spoilers. But he deployed the speed brakes to bring the descent rate of 4,100 feet to 4,000 feet. Okay, so what? Okay. Oh, Alan Dix, they saw it on the outside, right? Wow, I tell you what, I would definitely be bringing that up, that's for sure, if I saw that. I think that's Philly Garn saying the Aloha flight had like 90,000 flight cycles. Yeah, one cycle is a takeoff and landing, isn't it? That's literally up and down. That's what's known as a flight cycle. If it's flying with a stop between destination, between the departing and an arrival destination, that's still classified as a cycle. So that will be 2 cycles. Short, since it's an island state, the short hops cause fatigue more quickly. It just means that flights are shorter, doesn't it? I mean, I don't see how that really comes into it from the point of view of, you know, I mean, this guy's going to be wherever he's going. Wherever that jet's going, it's not going to be a very long trip, but you know, aircraft that are on domestic routes, which I'm guessing that's what was classified as. Beverly George, nice feeling being back at Heathrow. Aviation in 4K. I was at Aviation Retail Direct yesterday. Cool. Rafe Levine. I was a dealer on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Dorset Airways. On your plane. I'll tell you what, Julie, this has woken me up. I was half asleep coming up here, mate. I was like, you know, am I safe to drive? You know, oh, okay, V50 VJam, A350 VJam, going to be interesting over the next few days. Interesting at Heathrow for the next 4 days. Border Force agency workers are starting strike action. Well, you know what they did last time, and I support the Border Force. I support all people who work at airports. So anyone, you know, if for whatever they're doing, you know, there's got to be a reason behind it, because they'd rather go to work than sit at home doing or striking or standing out on an island with flags waving and, you know, hoot if you want to go faster sort of thing. But last time it happened, they brought the army in, didn't they? And the army did a fantastic job, from what I can remember. Aidan Campbell, in 1988, a Boeing 737-297 serving the flight suffered extensive damage after an explosion decompression in the flight caused by a part of the fuselage breaking due to poor maintenance and metal fatigue. Poor maintenance. Okay, so is that the Aloha flight then Aidan's talking about? Poor maintenance and metal fatigue. So that maintenance checks, I'm guessing there. James Cridland confirming, yes, they did. They did check it, see it from the outside, the passengers. How many people lost their lives on that flight? I think it was just the one cabin attendant, wasn't it? But I tell you what, there's another example as to the reason why you should keep your bleeding seatbelt on. All the time. It's just a standard procedure for me, much like getting in my car and putting a seatbelt on, or the van. It's just oh, it was just the flight attendant. Wow, I'm surprised that, because back then in those days, people wearing seatbelts, it wasn't really a you know, yeah, it wasn't something that was massively rammed down people's throats, so to speak, in terms of wearing your seatbelt on a flight, because cases of clear air turbulence and unexpected turbulence, which is what happens sometimes. I mean, most of the time when you hit turbulence, clear air turbulence that is, at cruise, you get a little pre-warning. The flight crew will obviously see it coming on their weather radar screens. Also other traffic may report it as well, but sometimes you just hit it, and then EPRI. Jord Ellie, they used to build the 737s in pairs. I flew on the sister ship to Aloha one many times. West. Jord Ellie, they used to build them in pairs. I don't quite understand that. KW Green. I love the BA 747 Heritage BOAC livery. Yeah, everybody did. We used to love it when we used to see all three of them, didn't we? We used to see all three of the Heritage 747s. Boac, Landor, and coffee guy, yeah, absolutely. Anthony, 1977 Saudi 777 special livery. Yeah, it's for the EPRI, isn't it? Actually now being blocked by that Virgin 350. Alison Spencer, 20-minute island hops taking people to work. Yeah, that's wow, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Would you even get up? What's your altitude for 20 minutes? Any pilots in the house today? But something like that is very short, isn't it? I mean, that's shorter than from here to... it's like from here to Gatwick, isn't it? So you're never going to get more than 10,000 feet, are you? Are they just very lucky that they weren't at a very high altitude? That Aloha jet. What altitude did it fail at? Because that can't be a 20-minute flight. You wouldn't have thought they'd get up to cruise altitude, because it takes half of that to get up to it. Jordelli, why do all these takeoffs look fast? Well, Jord, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Because I'm glad they look fast, because that's the sort of thing I like to yeah. For God's sake. Folks, please. No, but it's just that our people think we bury our heads in the sand when we finish filming. Of course we've seen the 747 at LAX, man. Of course we've seen it. I've constantly got my head pinned to the aviation world. Anyway, yeah. Fair play. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. You just got to be. You got to be a little bit sort of like, we've got to be, quite stringent, because obviously we need it. Yeah. No. Flipping it. Tom Collins, since we no longer have the 747s knocking about, nothing beats a Virgin 350. Okay. Well, we are going to be getting a Korean 747 back. Flipping heck. I shouldn't have mentioned it, mate. Gordon Bennett, have some flipping respect. Folks, you want to talk about what happens on other channels, anytime, any place, anywhere, do knock yourselves out. 100%. You can do it whenever you like, whatever you like, wherever you like. But please, not here. You know. Oh, that was Purple Rain, Stephen Billings. Paul Whittle, BA used to name their aircraft after cities, counties, castles and rivers back in Landor days. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Oh, hello. What's this? I've not seen that before. Petros had 4 Virgins at once in Orlando this week. Nice to see that one diverted, I believe. Oh, okay, interesting. What's this? Oh, it's Hertz, is it? Yeah, they didn't these guys used to have a Hertz livery jet? I seem to remember. Mark Mailer is a brand new member. Welcome, Mark. Michael T. Members only show from Chicago. When was that, Michael? We haven't been in Chicago for about God knows how long. October. Nick Woodward has gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Fly like the wind. So I've got a special. I ordered some because I lost me little. If you were with me at in Anchorage, which a lot of you were, folks. We had more members watching Anchorage than we had ever had watching Anchorage. Members, that is, and we were chuffed. I've got to say. Yeah, Sailor Mike, that's not one of ours, my friend. I was going to say, flipping it, what's it? It's the big road going out to the game. Being taken at the game. Nick Woodward. I got you, mate. Thank you, sir. Grünherz, Green Heart of Austria, JP Krause, is what that, to identify that. Thank you. Oh, it was Sailor Mike, was it? Oh, I don't know. Neil Christensen. My mum used to work with a guy called Gordon Bennett. I've got no idea where it came from. I'm sure it's you know, it's old school. Put it that way. Kids today wouldn't use that, I don't think. Korean 747, any chance we might be airside, Jerry Jez White, especially as you know you have a great relationship with Heathrow. Yeah, yeah, why not? Love to do that. You know, I have actually, interestingly enough, Jilly, you remember I was telling you that Annabelle had sent me an email and mentioned about blah blah blah. Yeah, she put me in touch with the social media, the leader of social media. So yeah, that might happen. Dakre Haddon, I'm guessing. Hi all. Is there a specific height threshold that a plane taking off has to have wheels up? Good question, that Dakre. Usually around about 3 seconds. If you count 3 seconds after the aircraft is wheels off ground, it is usually around about between 3 and 5 seconds. The key is and this is interesting because the key, and you don't think about it, but the undercarriage causes a significant amount of drag. Okay, so the quicker the wheels are tucked away and everything is more streamlined, obviously the better the aeroplane flies and it's more efficient. So the key is to get that gear up as soon as possible, and that's quite interesting because Airbus have just announced a month or so ago about the new flap set, and this is something that I actually mentioned to the pilots of the 339 with Delta that we flew out with. I went up to the flight deck. Was it before or after it was before we left, wasn't it? Yeah, that was right. Before we left at Heathrow, and they seemed to think, they thought that I worked for Airbus because I knew so much about the Airbus 330. But I said no, not at all. It's just stuff that I read, you know. But anyway, apparently, and they didn't even know this, that the 339, the new variant, the Neo A330, is going to be fitted with new flap setting options as well. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, it'll be 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. So there's half flap settings, and that's all dependent on the weight of the aircraft. So, you know, sometimes, and that will save fuel. And also, the other thing that they're doing is rejigging the system of retracting the undercarriage. In the middle of the night, up to the sea. In the middle of the night. Who fancies a Smokey startup 767? In the middle of Paul Skilling, Delta 339 on radar to JFK. Oh. I'll let that one go. Oh, funky. In the middle of those XWBs, man, noisy things, I tell you. They can really. I've been on a couple of 350s, Virgin and BA, and sometimes they really do throw you in the back of the seat. So no engine spinning at this point. Oh, here we go. Number one's turning. Now watch, that's the... So they'll turn the compressor blades. They'll turn and turn until it gets up to the point where they will fire up the injectors. All done automatically. Even though the manual, it's a manual start. Mind you, I don't know if that is, I think that's just windmilling from the breeze. Screaming engines, Todd Roy. Yeah, we like that. Do you know what? I don't think that's that flash was intended for us, folks. It was, I think, intended for the dispatcher. Michael T, John Walton, Liz Matthewman. Just what, yeah. Has anyone asked yet, Jimmy? When you go... Penelope, hello. Junior 25. Is it Smokey? Haskins. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Negative, Kelvin. I think that flash was for the ground dispatcher. Instead of giving the wave, they flash the lights. I think. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty standard procedure with those Pratt & Whitneys. Ellie Moore, thank you. Yes, dodgy fence around the paddock. It is a dodgy fence around the paddock. Always has been, to be honest with you. Angry pirate. Kleber, that's because one was starting and one was idle. F&F check. Rudder check. Elevators. Down. Up. Speed brakes. Delta 339 Neo. It's not the one we flew on, is it, Chili? Oh! Ground spoilers. There's the wing ground spoilers there. 777 Lover. We have quite extensive cloud coverage now, so I don't know as we're going to get anything over the top. But thanks for the heads up. 747-400 freighter Magma Aviation over the Welsh coast, heading eastbound. 777 Lover, thank you. Let's see if we can get this guy powering up for the taxi. Here it is. Pals down in Sydney. Sid Squad mentioning about the undercarriage, as it also has a tilt mechanism. I'm not sure I saw that. I don't know if I'm seeing it or I'm missing it or what, but I'm not seeing that gear tilt. It may be that you have to look at it bang on from the side. That's nice, Paul Whittle. Paul Whittle being gifted a membership from Tim Smart. It is nice when people come in and say thank you, isn't it? Etiquette. Community etiquette. Gordon Freeman, it was a front view. Where's he got a front view down in Sydney? Where's that? Front view. How would you see it with a front view? Forgive my questioning it, but I just don't quite. I don't know. Never ask a. I need to see it. Stinky Mole. The gear straightens up during the tilt towards the undercarriage bay. So there's an actuator on it, is what you're saying, which is interesting. I need to actually see that. Caroline Teague has gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Caroline. In the middle of the night. Coffee guy. Prior flights, which is 3 to 4 years. Or is that the time it takes for a pilot to? Oh, I missed David. Dave Carrington has gifted 5 memberships as well. Thanks, Dave. It's quite simple, isn't it? Yeah, but surely you can hear that it's muted me. Surely you can physically tell the difference in the... Oh, right. Okay. So it was just that one particular time that you were trying to talk to me. Okay. Yeah. So when I asked you just now, is that our aircraft, that 339 that we flew on? Did you answer me then? Okay, well then when I didn't answer, didn't you think. CJ thanking whoever gifted the membership. Yeah, it was quite interesting, the touchdown at Heathrow yesterday when we landed, because on the A330 you get the back set touches first, and then you literally count 1, 2, 3, and then boom, the front set comes down. But it was like ages. It was about 7 or 8 seconds between the back set and the front set coming down, and it was quite an aggressive touchdown as well. Jez White wondering why I can't see any. Yeah, it happens a lot of times with me.